I'm Michael Paluska. We've heard a lot about the Everglades ever since Alligator Alcatraz was built, but really this place is a lot different than how it's being described. So we wanted to get a different look and a different perspective for our viewers. So we went out with a biologist, an astrophotographer, and we're learning that this has a lot more to offer than just a detention center.
Oh, look at that storm. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful view. Wow.
On our last day in Big Cypress National Preserve, the lightning show to our east, the sunset to our west, gave us a sense of awe and wonder. So how often do you come out into the Everglades for night photography?
Every new moon.
Every new moon.
I move with the moon.
Anthony Slayman, a conservation photographer, uses his images to raise awareness about the Everglades at night.
It's just so magical to be out here at night, you know?
Big Cypress Preserve is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the first preserve in the U.S. and the first designated dark sky location in Florida.
Because one of the most common questions, I guess, like, is this really Florida? I'm like, yeah, you don't have to travel to Utah to see the Milky Way with the naked eye. You don't have to travel to Iceland to see the Milky Way with the naked eye. You can drive 1 hour from your house and see the Milky Way with the naked eye.
Big Cypress exists today because of the failed jetport and a rush to protect the land from future development. The once lonely runway in the middle of nowhere, now plucked from obscurity. History repeating itself because of
Alligator Alcatraz.
It's known as Alligator Alcatraz.
Alligator Alcatraz.
You don't need to invest that much in the perimeter. People get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
Try not to scare the python. In 2022, we tracked 4 radio-tagged male invasive Burmese pythons called scout snakes. We could ping their location like a GPS. They were still nearly impossible to find.
Between me and you, Mike. He's probably just under the surface. He's not gonna hurt anybody. He's about to go. Ready?
What lives here?
Oh, alligators, different species of turtle, raccoons will use this type of habitat, black bears will come through this type of habitat, lobber grasshopper.
Sean McHugh, a wildlife biologist, took us deep into the cypress swamps. All we saw there were lubber grasshoppers and thousands upon thousands of biting mosquitoes.
A lot of people ask what's a wildlife species that you're afraid of out in the Everglades ecosystem. My number one answer is always mosquitoes. It's not the big toothy stuff. It's not the large carnivores that scare me. They aren't this, kind of beastly monsters sometimes that people make them out to be. They're actually quite intelligent. The females, they're great mothers.
There are roughly 1.3 million alligators in Florida, but the National Park Service says an attack in the wild is extremely rare.
But if for some reason someone would be able to get out, where are you going to go? You going to dodge alligators for 50 miles to try to get to? No, it's not going to happen.
ABC Action News found no records of a single gator attack within the perimeter of Big Cypress Preserve. But in the suburbs, as our human footprint grows, attacks do happen, like this one in Estero. Gunner saved from the jaws of a gator that was desensitized to humans.
Any alligator that's not fed is naturally afraid of humans.
Because I looked outside and that's not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon.
So you've taken your walker places?
No man has taken a walker before.
At 82, and the survivor of a stroke that left him partially paralyzed, fine art black and white photographer Clyde Butcher still hikes into the swamps.
So right now I'm shooting 4x5 because of my stroke.
What year did you have the stroke?
2017.
Okay. But you still go out and do your thing.
Oh yeah. What else am I going to do?
What is it about the detention center that hurts you the most?
Well, I think what hurt me the worst, actually, was their description of the Everglades. The gators and the snakes will keep everybody in. All this empty space around here, just not worth anything, terrible. It's no problem. And I said to myself, I've been 40 years trying to get people excited about the Everglades. they're just saying it's a worthless place.
For more than 40 years, butchers captured images in a place most people are scared to go. This one taken from an airboat just east of the new detention facility. And you probably didn't want to go into the water when you first started, right?
No, I was really paranoid.
That all changed after his very first swamp walk. Now it's his second home.
That's how you cool off. You lay in the water and cool off. We take people for swamp walks all year round. And I would say over the years, we've probably done at least 12,000 people. Not one incident.
Without the big cypress, the Florida panther would most likely not been able to be recovered.
There's a lot more traffic coming in and out of Alligator Alcatraz, like that massive dump truck. And one of the main concerns that some people have is the Florida panther. The #1 killer of the panther are vehicle strikes. Over the last 20 years, panthers have been hit and killed on Tamiami Trail, some near Alligator Alcatraz. And telemetry data from radio collars shows the area as a panther stronghold, their paws likely crossing the concrete runway when it was desolate. We got to give it a little help, right?
We do. Nature's very resilient, and the Everglades and big cypress ecosystems have shown that. But each ecosystem kind of has a tipping point, somewhere where certain activities affect the actual ecological integrity of that ecosystem. So we just have to give it a chance. We just have to let it do its thing.
Nature surrounds you, the sounds of the swamp at night like a melody, at times now drowned out by traffic, the stars competing with stadium-style lighting. Super dark out here. We're going to try to get the lights from Alligator Alcatraz. Alligator Alcatraz is right on the other side of those trees, all the way in this area. And I'll turn this light off and you can see it's pitch black out here. The halo in this 15-second exposure, the camp's other footprint, light pollution.
I would tell people that the Everglades changed my life. Being an immigrant here is tough.
Slayman is a legal U.S. citizen from Venezuela and is now fighting for the land and the animals that are part of his origin story in America.
I always tell people, like, you can always find light in the darkest places. So that's why I always tell people that the Everglades saved my life. It changed me.
In Big Cypress National Preserve with photojournalist Reed Moeller, Michael Paluska, ABC Action News.